Virtual Racing School was developed to provide support to the next generation of sim racers. No matter if you're a rookie or veteran or what car or track you'll be racing, our goal is to provide training every step of the way. We found that iRacing can be quite difficult without proper training. There needed to be a way to prepare for on-track racing. With VRS, you can literally learn from the best sim racers in the world, including 4-time NASCAR iRacing World Champion Ray Alfala.
And Ray Alfala is a 4-time champion of the NASCAR Peak-Antifreeze iRacing Series.
3-time iRacing Grand Prix World Champion Martin Kroenke.
Martin Kroenke becomes a 3-time world champion.
Rallycross World Champion Mitchell de Jong.
Mitchell de Jong is now champion for the iRacing Rallycross World Championship Series.
And many other top sim racers. Data packs include everything you need to start learning. Our World Championship coaches create the data packs by setting a hot lap or a series of fast laps for you to compare, analyze, and replicate. Data packs also include a tutorial where the coach points out techniques they use to hit the fast lap. This gives you access to the latest driving techniques and setups before you even hit the track. Sign up for a free account and download the VRS telemetry logger. With this application running seamlessly in the background, your laps automatically start syncing to the VRS website. From there, you can analyze and compare 2 laps of your choice, whether it's your data, the coaches, or your teammates. VRS will automatically target improvement opportunities so you can get up to speed even faster. VRS also makes it easy for you to request and schedule one-on-one or group coaching sessions. These sessions can range from 30 to 90 minutes, and you can select the car, track, and setup combination of your choice. Visit virtualracingschool.com today to sign up and get started.
Howdy, 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 everybody, and welcome to the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by 3D Rapid. We are here for round 2 at Snetterton, and I'm Austin Knight. I'm joined by Andy Thompson and Samuli Kumo in the production booth, and you're here live watching Apex Racing TV.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome here, as Austin said, to Snetterton Racetrack. Not one that's normally visited on Apex or iGPFun circuit, so it's going to be an interesting round tonight. A lot of new corners for the drivers. Been watching the practice, and it seems a very technical track, a lot of tight, twisty turns, and if people are going to get it wrong, then we should see a few cars spinning out tonight. So with a grid of 47 drivers, it's certainly going to be compact on this RAF, as pretty much all the tracks in the UK are circuit here. So I'm looking forward to this one, Austin, and happy Christmas to all of you, and to you, Austin.
Yeah, thank you. It was a very good holidays over here in Texas. Texas celebrations get a little crazy at times, but how's your celebrations?
Yeah, it's nice and chilled out, and always good to be back on the broadcasting here. And Boxing Day, it's good to see so many drivers. Actually, I wasn't expecting a massive field tonight, maybe 20-25 drivers, but certainly the IGP community have come out in full force on an extremely small track, having 47 drivers. So it's going to be an interesting hour race tonight, all unfolding here on Apex Racing TV.
Absolutely, and it certainly is very happy to see a lot of people out here on track, and 47 cars. It's not the 60 that we had, so I can actually breathe in the grid intro. But we're here at Snetterton, and last time I came here, it was a wonderful race. We saw a reverse start, almost a jump start, but they jumped it into reverse, which was a thing. But lap 1, coming onto this back straight right here, we had a big incident where everybody misjudged the corner in a way, and they went extremely wide. And there's somebody in the background that went for a big slide over there. But yeah, Snetterton's a very tricky track. Not a lot of people race here. It's one of the least raced tracks in iRacing. I think it is the least raced track in iRacing. So I'm glad to see it's finally being used, because it is a pretty fun track. It's just nobody wants to race there.
No, definitely not. I mean, you can sort of see the congestion on the track map in the top right-hand side of the corner. It's pretty much full of all the drivers, and like you said, Austin, that first lap is going to be critical. There's only one real line around this track, certainly around the tight twisty section, like the inboard going through Augustini, Hamilton, and coming out through Williams onto the Bentley back straight, and then you got the infamous turn 9 and 10. If one of the cars has an incident in front, it could have a ricochet effect down the field, as we see Tobias Olsen, who actually won at Road America, so he is currently our championship standing after the one round. But yeah, it's going to be an interesting first lap. So this qualifying is all more important to get out at the front, and as we can see, Lizio at the moment has that pole position. Olsen, as we said, our race winner at Road America, currently sat in second place, and Martineau in third. He had an absolute terrible start at Road America, pretty much put paid to his race within the first couple of corners, so probably looking to redeem himself here tonight at Snetterton, and obviously doing the best he can at the moment in third place. Patriciolo in fourth, Grams in fifth, Bartola in sixth, McCall in seventh, Gacchino in eighth, Radal in ninth, and Coffea is rounding out your top 10. But with this size of grid and the tightness of this track, Austin, this qualifying is going to be vitally important.
It really is. As you're saying, it is pretty hard to overtake here. There's not any clear-cut overtaking possibilities. Yes, you have that very tight hairpin. You can get there, but the track is very tight. It's just about the same width as Road America. The widest part of the track is the starting line right here, and also the grid is fairly tightly packed. The grid imaged on iRacing right here is actually for motorbike racing. So thankfully we aren't starting in that tightly packed grid, but you still get to see that this place is pretty. This place is always going to be a big ask in descending, as Wilson Hairpin is probably the premier spot for a overtake.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's going to be an interesting race and how the guys are going to approach it tactically. Obviously, the one thing I do like about the iGPFun series is that lap 1 ruling that the guys have. I think probably a lot of other leagues can learn from it, because that seems to be where all the incident is. Obviously, no overtaking, no too wides, and just letting the tyres warm up, and then after the first lap, they're let loose and can race, which is it's a sensible thing, certainly around this track. It's going to be even more important on that first lap, because like I said before, if you get a car that spins around some of these corners, it's just going to back the whole field up, and under normal racing conditions you would have cars going everywhere, but I suppose in this it's a lot more civilized, and be able to get out of the way and carry on racing. So it's all going to be interesting after that first lap. But good idea from the iGPFun community.
Yeah, it's just like you see in a local club racing. Everybody is paying for these cars, so they want to see them all make it to the end of this race. Now, accidents do happen. Nobody maliciously pushes people off, but it's like what you see in real life. When you see a yellow flag, you slow down for the yellow flag, and not put the foot pedal down to the metal and yell Leroy Jenkins at something and just yeet it through there. Which I've been seeing a lot of, and hopefully that trend stops. But in this series we don't really see a lot of it, and that's good. But everybody's seen those videos on YouTube or Twitch, just like iRacing fails, and most of them just like, oh, guy spun in front of me, smack and then carnage.
Yeah, I know, definitely. But big thank you to one of our sponsors, 3D Wrap, the complete product range for sim racers, designed and manufactured by 3D Wrap to improve the driving experience. They cater for all types of mods from the Logitech, Thrustmaster, Fanatec, SimCubes, and many, many more. Just head over to 3dwrap.italia and IT, and they will basically cater for all your modification needs. If you think of something and you haven't got the ability to make it, pop over to 3D Wrap, and I'm pretty sure the guys over there will help you out, as well as seeing the vast array of mods that they do. So head over to 3dwrap.it. But we're coming into the last 7 minutes now, this 30-minute qualifying, and yes, should get a little bit more interesting as we come up to the final flag for the positions, but not too many movers and shakers in the top 10 as we went before. So yeah, that 137.13 seems like a very good time to beat, Austin.
It really is. A few improvements throughout the field. Richard Van Veen improved from 40th over to 39th. As everybody is coming across the track right now, it's a lot of yellow sectors because, you know, everyone's on more worn tires and stuff. And, you know, to go fast here, you have to really get the car in a line. It's a 30-minute practice, so it's pretty much half the race if you're starting in there. So I'm pretty sure everybody is doing multiple runs right here. But actually, Lucio has not gone to the pits at all. Richie Robertson. Both the Richie Robertsons are sitting next to each other. Well, next with each other in 42nd and 43rd. That'll be Keeler and Noel. And they're brothers, I believe.
Yeah, indeed.
Now the father-son duo, are they actually here today?
I'm not sure. It's Julio Placido and Eric. Eric's the son, and Julio is the father. I know we were discussing this last week, so can we see them? I don't think they are.
I don't see Eric out there, but Julio's here.
Yeah. Obviously tag team in it. I don't think one of them was here in North America, but
yeah.
At least we've ironed out who's the father, who's the son anyway. So Julio's the father and Eric's the son. So,
there needs to be more family tag team events in iRacing. Just like the sim racer and their dad hop in there, and you know, I have you ever gotten your dad on your sim at home?
I haven't, because obviously I use hand control, so it's quite hard for somebody who is not used to get to hop in and try and use it. I don't know all those pedals, but. Yeah, I don't think it's it'll be very good at this, to be fair.
Well, I got my dad on IndyCar at Indianapolis because you know that's our thing. We both love the IndyCar and stuff. I got him at Indy at Indianapolis. You know, four corners in IndyCar, iRacing base setup, easy, just send it. He's somehow crashing into the wall in the outlap.
Very easily done if you don't know how to drive these cars, though. Certainly going into an IndyCar straight away. You could have given him a Mazda or something like that, mate. Instead of I'm an evil person. I'm an agent of chaos. Oh yeah, definitely.
But yeah, I'm pretty sure a series like that would cause a lot of head banging, but it'd be a very interesting thing to see.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, but
though I'm pretty sure the Verstappens would be the most overpowered at that one.
Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure on that. But you know, always good to have the father and son, and a bit of family rivalry, because I think the brothers were one position behind each other, so expect the same. And like you said, they are the same here in qualifying at the moment. Currently into the last 3.5 minutes of this qualifying, so we might see some frantic action on track. But I mean, you can just see on track, you know, you just can't get any clear air. If you go in for your fast lap and the car in front of you just makes a tiny mistake, it's going to impact your lap. So it's just trying to thread it through, isn't it? I think.
Somebody, I think that was Porfray, just jumped up into 12th place after that lap. Tony Jimenez might have just done that. Somebody, I think, just, oh, there's another jump. Catalini improves up into 8th place. Well, the track's getting faster. Kujiaido improves on his lap time. Well, I don't think that was a legitimate lap time. People are getting faster sectors now. Alok jumps up into 31st. And you can see the live qualifying times at the bottom of our screen of cars coming across the line right now. There's a full green sector by somebody. Martin Devine improving to 42nd. Oh man, times are coming in here like a rocket right now. There are so many cars on track. It's hard to keep track of who's what. Antonio Ruzevsky comes across the line. No improvement right there. Getting to the final 3 moments. Antonio Tellez, this is right in front of Fournier. Fournier has improved. Tellez improves. Tellez, the 11th car, sitting 11th. Alex Fournier improves on his time. Yes, and jumps Tellez into 11th.
Yeah, so coming in thick and fast now, last 2 minutes of this. Obviously, as we've explaining, you know, vitally important this qualifying, as this track is quite tight. And,
oh, look at Julio. Look at Julio. Look at that. Green sector 1, green sector 2, comes across the line. Green sector 3, jumps up into 15th.
Coffrey was currently in 10th the last time I read him out. It's down to 16th at the moment, so down 6 places from where he started. So he needs to start getting his fast boots on and trying to get a lap in before qualifies over. There's not a lot left now, 1 minute 20 of the qualifying, 13 minutes to find out who tops the grid here at Snetterton.
Yeah, Robert Ridgway, good improvement right there, up to 24th. I love seeing these big giant jumps, but yeah, the top 20 are within a second of Marcus Luizio. These guys have figured out this track flow really well, and everyone's going to be very tightly packed for this race, and it's going to be very exciting.
Yeah, it certainly is. It's going to be very hard for drivers to get away from each other on this track. You know, it's going to be. I'm expecting it to be bumper to bumper. Certainly for the first 10 minutes of this race.
These aren't sports cars. Wing to wing.
Wing to wing, okay.
Or nose to gearbox.
Nose to gearbox. Front wing to rear wing, there you go.
And I'm gonna be honest, I think I said bumper to bumper in these cars, and Marco just like stopped and just like, are you okay? So
it's a little bumper there. It's called a light, but it's still a bumper.
It's a nose cone. They aren't really bumpers.
Well, you wouldn't have thought so with some of the Formula 1 antics we've seen this season. I think people did think they were bumpers at stages.
Well, that's different. Though the new F1 car, it's a bumper. I don't know if you. Ooh, Roberto Fai jumps up there to 6th place. Mercedes has already launched up their engine. They've already fired it up, even though it's just an engine freeze. So you shouldn't really be surprised. But I was kind of shocked that that they posted, "Oh yeah, we're firing up the engine for the first time already." I'm like, "Whoa!"
Who's that in the background? He trying to get that last minute.
I think that's Cardetti. That was hello, my baby. Oh my gosh.
I don't think there'll be much of that car left, that's for sure.
Can we get a replay of that? That was insane.
I don't even think he put his brakes on. I think he just went. He tried to turn it back into an RAF place, I think.
Bentley straight, and whoop. No, I think we're just. I call out one car. It wasn't the one. I think it might have been a Divine.
I'm not sure.
Well, that was
anticlimactic.
Anticlimactic. we called out of the car and we completely missed it. Dylan Governor doing exactly the same. That off-track corner is just like, because I saw it and you saw it.
I just saw
I'm not going crazy, am I right?
No, I just saw a blur going around in the background, like just going absolutely insane. But yeah, currently finished with the qualifying now, so just waiting up for the grid. Car 41 is still out on track. Nope.
Not anymore.
Not anymore.
Well, it's the time to go on to the grid. We got 47 cars lined up and ready to go here at Snetterton, and it's Marcus Luizio on pole position ahead of Tobias Olsen. Q Tiago Marto starting in third place, followed by Pier Francesco Partigolo. Thank you, Marco, for helping me with that one. In fourth, followed by Cody Grams, Robert Defy, Max Bartolotta, Josh McCall, Andrea Catalini, Max Giacchino, Laurente Christopher De Lurel in 11th, followed by Alex Fournier in 12th place. Antonio Tellis, Michael Coffrey, Julio Policio, Juan Coffrey, Rodrigo Duran, Alvaro Garcia, Timo Braun, Alistair Hay, Joe Governor, Clark Williams, Lucas Murrick, Robert Ridgway, Vincenzo Cargetti, Luca Ferrani, Edwin Riviera, Adam Tasma, Fabio Viola, Andrea Brichetti, Alok Avengar, Hector Bolliger, Ryan Barrett, Richard Van Veen, Jacob Potts, and Zoltan Zomotor in 36th. They're followed by Cucciato, Reed Dennis, Roberto Maturana, Antonio Ruzewski, Leonardo O'Cherry, Martin Devine, Matthew Gracie, Kierland, Richie Robinson starting ahead of Noel Richie Robertson, Andy Flint, and at the end of the grid, it's Massimo De Laurentiis. The bottom two cars did not set a lap time. 47 cars are all lined up here and ready to go, and we're about to have some fun here at Snetterton.
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting start, interesting first corner. First lap in general, the cars are going to be so close to one another. Like I said, you know, if we have that one slight incident, it may cause havoc for the rest of the field. But let's hope the cars get around that first lap relatively safely. But over to you, Austin, for the start of this race.
Absolutely, and here we go. Luizio at the lights. It's green, green, green. It's a bad start by Olsen. Marto immediately jumping up. Olsen spun up the wheels, and he falls down the grid right there. Marto jumps up into second place with Cody Grant right behind him. Marquez, and it's a chaos. Oh my gosh, it's a car park. Oh, it's chaos on the front stretch. We got cars stopped sideways, upside down, and everything. Oh no. Oh, that is.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, watch the rejoin. Is that a Andy Flint? Just saw all that happen in front of him, and Andy Flint was at the back of the grid. But Luca Verani, Riviera, and Coffrey involved, and it's chaos even more. Cars damaged. We're going to be seeing more cars hopping off. And oh, Daryl Governor slides around, and that's his race going to be right there into the wall. And well, you know, we expected something like this may happen, but we didn't think it was going to happen immediately. I think somebody off the line, I know Marteau had a bad start off the line and spun the wheels. And was Marteau collided with somebody? Because I don't see him in the top 10. Oh, no, there he is. He's in third.
He's in third place now. I think it was a car, like you said, spun up the tyres, probably got hit by the car behind, and then it just ricocheted down the field. But, yeah, not ideal start for drivers. I think we've got Luca Varali, Edwin Glass Vieira, Michael Coffey, Julian Coffey, Rodrigo Duran, Matthew Gracie, Daryl Godva, all in the pits from not even getting past the start finish line. It seems a lot of the cars there. So an interesting start to this hour-long race here tonight. But one driver that has got away, Liuzzo, has managed to get a 1.7 second advantage over Grams, and Grams obviously had a cracking start there, up 3 positions from where he started. Tobias Olsen in third, Martinu in fourth, both losing out of place, and Pier Francesco Petrucco is currently in 5th place. So certainly Grams.
Oh, look at Garcia trying to go around the outside right there. The ambitious move, but great defending by Catalini ahead of him. But Alvaro really looking for that one. But, you know, having to back off right now. But, yeah, after the end of the first lap, we have Viola, Zomotor, Brichetti, Giacchino, O'Cherry, Noel, Richie Robinson, Luca Verani, Edwin Glass Riviera, Michael Coffrey, Juan Coffrey, Rodrigo Duran, Matthew Gracie, and Daryl Governor, all in the pit lane or towed into the pit lane. So 32 cars made it through there. And, oh my gosh, Massimo De Laurentiis and Cucciato did not take the start. So they're at the bottom of the leaderboard right there. But oh my gosh, it was chaos as Hector is well, he's trying to make that Delara a lawnmower.
Also getting it completely wrong out that corner, getting a bit on the grass. Lucky to save it, so no damage done, only a few positions whatsoever for Potts. So just still keep going. But this is the thing about
Olsen, good run. That was Cody Grams getting off into the grass. Bad exit, and here comes Olsen. Trying to swing it around the outside, but he was held up by Grams just a little bit. He had to lift for there, so he couldn't carry the momentum. But Olsen around the outside, this is going to be tight right there. Grams gets a bit wide. Oh, just squeezed it through. As we head into Wilson Hairpin, is Marteau going to hold it around the outside of Grams. Grams locked up Marteau around the outside. Grams falls down into 4th place, and now behind Grams, it's Pier Francesco Particolo right behind him. And Pier Francesco is going to try to join this train because Cody Grams is really struggling. That car looks really loose right there.
Yeah, he got bent out of place and not in the ideal line to come around, and you can see the amount of speed and time he lost there, and obviously losing 2 positions to Olsen and Martin at the moment. But Maurizio in 1st place, 3-second lead at the moment over Olsen, who's currently in 2nd place, obviously in the battle with Martin and Grams. Grams had a cracking start to the race, has managed to come still up 1 position from where he started, but obviously a bad couple of corners there coming out of the last corner that managed to lose him a few places to Olsen and Martin, who still right on the real tape is Practical of Grams, so he's got him tied up for that position at the moment. But a little bit of a gap starts to open up between Martinu and Grams, so that earlier effort that Grams had, maybe his lines and his heart rate is needing to come down a little bit to compose himself, because he certainly in the thick of the battle there with Olsen and Martinu.
Yeah, it's definitely when you see yourself in 2nd place after getting a great start, starting in 5th. You know, nerves are always a thing. I get nerves in real life. You get nerves. Everyone gets a little bit nervous. The people who don't get nervous are, you know, people like Kimi Räikkönen. But you know, everyone who's used to being up here doesn't get these nerves anyway. But you know, when you're up there for the lead, you just feel like your heart just starts beating and everything, and you could be leading the race by 50 seconds, and your heart will still be beating like that. I remember during the Nürburgring Endurance Championship, I had a 5-minute lead in the Mazdas, and I was still freaking out. I was looking into each sector, which sector I'm faster than this guy. I don't want him catching up, and I'm like, and I kept having to remind myself, wait, I'm ahead by 5 minutes.
I mean, the problem with this track as well is because it's quite a small track, you're going to be passing a lot of lapped cars, and if the lap cars are not getting out of your way early enough, and you try to take that line off the normal racing, you can lose a lot of time just by doing that. I mean, you can see on the timing data from 1st place, it's just like a long succession train all the way down to 32nd position. You can see that literally half the track is covered by cars and the other half is
the
clear.
Bentley Straight is a bit not long enough to really get a good trap run. We saw it with Olsen and Grams had a mistake, and Olsen just barely squeezed by him. So, you know, it's going to have to be a little cooperative with these lap cars.
Yeah, it certainly is, and at the moment Maurizio is starting to extend his lead slightly, although Olsen is trying to do his best to limit the damage of these opening 5 laps of this race. He's currently at 3.4 seconds ahead is Maurizio, but Olsen's managed to get about 0.9 of a second over Martinu, so little gaps appearing between the front runners, and then Martin has managed to get away from Grams in 4th place. But
yeah, Marteau, he set the fastest lap of the race last time by, so he's trying to catch up with him and Olsen. They're both trying to catch Maurizio, but Maurizio absolutely dominated off that line. And speaking off the line, I'm gonna ask Samuli for a favor. Is it possible that we can see that start?
Sure, he'll do his utmost to see what we can
ask and I shall receive. This is my Christmas present. Hello. Yeah, Daryl Governor, I believe, was in there. So let's see on how this started on the Senna straight. And it's just cars checking up already. and the bump up ahead, and then everybody checked up, and oh no. Oh no. It's an entire slinky effect right there. Everybody was checking up. One car just didn't get a good start. Somebody checked up, and the person up behind checked up, and it's an entire recording effect right there. And then on the first lap, it's just chaos, cars stricken and stuff. So we go back to live pictures right now. The fight for 8th place, McCall versus Riel.
Definitely. I mean, we're going to start seeing these, like we pretty much did in Road America, these little pocket battles going on throughout the track now. And this is the one we're currently watching at the moment. McCall currently sat in 8th place with a 139.0, and Real is pretty much following exactly the same speed over the lap here. So these two will be tussling for quite a few laps at the moment. But like you said, Austin, it's just so hard to pass around this track, and even if you do get that good run out of Bentley and you're right behind the wheel, it's just not quite long enough to get that slipstream effect to be able to slingshot yourself past them, as we saw earlier. So these drivers are going to have to think up cunning ways of passing the drivers in front of them, and you know, a lot of them will be off-track incidents. The drivers in front is the way that a lot of these cars are going to gain positions on this very tight track that seems to only have one racing line around it, or one optimal racing line. You get off that racing line, you are going to be affecting your speed. So interesting tactics for this track, completely different to Road America. And as with this whole iGP Fun series, Austin, there's some great tracks and a real good mix-up and eclectic bunch of tracks that go into, and it will really challenge the drivers racing in this iGP Fun series.
Absolutely, and you know, this track definitely brings out a little bit of special. I know when we came here last time, we had a few surprise performances by a few drivers, and you know, it shows everyone's different skills and adapting to a new track, which is something that you don't see a lot in iRacing or in circuit racing, like you do in stuff like rallying. Some people can adapt to tracks a little bit more, as Clark Williams and Hay are going side by side, and Hay backs off right there. Alistar trying to get a better run. Oh, Hay's looking down into Wilson, but he thought about it and didn't want to take on that charge. Heading into turn 1, Richard Van Veen swinging around the outside of Jake Potts. Andy Flint, Roberto Monterana. Andy Flint down to the inside. That was a good side-by-side fight, but Andy Flint sneaking his way down low and up into 26.
Yeah, well, you get these little battles now throughout the field. The cars are a little bit more stretched out as we watch Richie Robinson. Where's his brother actually? Where's his brother in 36?
Noel. Yeah, Noel was involved in that. They were both involved. Noel was the only one involved in that incident. Keelan was able to stay ahead as he's chasing down that pink cat of Antonio Ruzewski ahead of him.
The pink cat, the infamous pink cat we were talking about last week.
Yeah, Mark's not here. It wasn't because of me.
Well, so currently into lap 8, and the gap is...
Wait, what is Ruzewski's... Ruzewski has something written on his rear wing. Oh. We have a rear wing. Marco had a rear wing camera made. I don't know if Samoli has that camera pack that we did. Oh, hello there. That's great. Some drone camera action. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. But currently into lap 8 of 28 at the moment. Lipsio still managing to keep out in lead at the moment of Olsen. Olsen was eating into his time, but it's all of a sudden jumped up to 3.7. So I don't know if Olsen had a slight issue on the last lap and lost about probably around
2
about
tenths.
8 tenths.
Well, to Marcos wasn't going easy on him. Marcos just put in the fast lap of the race as well. And that was 2 tenths faster than Tobias Olsen. And Olsen improved on his last lap. So that was Tobias Olsen's best lap, Marteau's best lap, and Marcos Luizio's best lap as well. The top 3, you know, they're stretching out their legs. They're doing their own thing. And, You know, this race is going to be, first part, just try to get that gap. Second part, traffic management, because like you were saying, the lap traffic is going to be a big factor here today. If you look at that track map right now, you can see that we're closing in on some traffic very soon. The leaders are, you know, coming across the center straight start line right now. And 36, the first lap car is at the corner right ahead, the Wilson hairpin. As you can see, the gap between Lucio and Olsen is a little bit bugged, but it is slowly improving.
Yeah, definitely. It's going to be all action. Probably in about the next couple of laps is that we.
Whoa! Cody Grams and Bartolota making contact in the Wilson hairpin. Looks like Cody might have had a lockup or something. Bartolota went down to the inside of Cody Graham, tried to cover off that inside line. They made side-by-side contact. Believe both their cars might be okay. Let's. Yeah, I know Roberto Fai just got past him. And here's Max. Oh, that is a send and a half by Roberto and Cody. Oh, he tried covering off the inside, and Max tried to sneak it through there. But what a send by Fai.
That was, I'm having this position, you get out of my way type of scenario.
I'm having this position, you get out of my way.
No, he's, it must be a problem with his car. He seems to be losing positions here.
Oh, he might be I think he's crabbing a little bit.
He certainly didn't come out the speed, obviously McCall and
I think he might be crabbing. He didn't look straight coming out of the corner.
No, I mean he's certainly losing time here, and that's terrible for Grams Cody Grams, who was in second place.
He does have suspension damage. He does have suspension damage. He's going to be coming into the pit lane right here.
I mean that's terrible for him. Second place in this race in the first lap, and little bit of optimistic lunge in there, and somebody trying to follow him has just put paid to Cody Grams' race, and will be at the back of the field, but they do have their fast repair, so not too much time lost, and he should still be out, being able to battle with probably the lower half of the field now. Is probably the best that Cody can hope for, but I'm sure there'll be plenty of
coming out right in front of right by this fight. Monterana with Demo Braun side by side heading into turn 1, and it's going to be Braun showing his Braun top speed.
Braun showing his Braun.
Well, you know what? I had to do it at one time.
Yeah, you gotta get him in there.
We're missing the Sam Fitzpatrick. Pontus Catalini's had an issue. Enjoy Catalini from the 3D Rap Squad course 2. Hello there.
Williams would, yes, had a bit of a shocking heart in the mouth moment there with a car spinning right in front of him as he tries to rejoin. I mean, wow, okay.
Oh, no, this is Ryan Berry. Off track. He's getting back on right there. And, Braun, Nemo Braun showing his Braun right there, but that's a lawnmower.
We've got a lot more cars now are actually getting these off tracks and going a little bit too wide around some of these corners, pushing it a little bit too hard. Yeah,
they're getting into the groove and really stretching themselves, but so, you know, he's showing some ARL Super Truck action, overtaking off the track right there. And I know you have a lot of experience doing that as well.
Best series ever on iRacing, but
yeah, too bad it only lasts for one season.
I know, but it was fun while it lasted. But Izio's pulling out a bit more of a gap now over Olsen. 4.6 seconds is the lead of this race, so increasing his time at the moment, and he probably is roundabout now getting on to the back because we see a car in front of him at the moment. So it should be interesting to see whether that time does come down. And it's all about, like you say, Austin, is traffic management, certainly around this small track. trying to get past the cars and not lose too much of the time. But I'm pretty sure that these drivers will, as we see there, very nicely getting out of his way to let him push on. But where you're getting up to the mid-pack, that's going to be the interesting parts for Ezio, because there's going to be little battles going on, pocket battles, and they may not see him. So that's going to be the interesting part of this race. But at the moment, commanding it out in front and extending that lead, Olsen in second place at 4.8 seconds, and second back to Martinu. So yeah, the top three pulling away from the rest of the field.
Oh, Garcia lock up into the final quarter. Drops down to 12th place. I think it's going to be 13th very soon, as Fournier is going to step over to the side and get ahead of him. And Garcia getting into the draft to cover off Clark Williams behind him. But, oh, those tiny mistakes are something to do, and it's off the track again! Dips the wheel off right there. It's so easy to do here at Snetterton, and, you know, when we get into a track that has little small rises and flows, I'm really excited for that hashtag iRacing soon rain. Because you know how I don't know how many times you've rewatched the Greg West demo. Greg Hill demo, not West. Greg Hill is the one showing it off. Where he was like, yeah, the rain's going to puddle up in realistic locations. It's going to go to the lowest point on the tracks. And, you know, drains. Tracks will have drainage here. And I don't know if you're a subscriber to Jimmy Broadbent, but when he raced around here in his Praga, it was really raining. And apparently this place doesn't have the best drainage. So I'm kind of excited to see on how that will be shown in iRacing.
Yeah, it's certainly an interesting and hot topic in the iRacing community when this rain will eventually come and how it's going to affect the races. But I'm sure it'll be absolutely entertaining for all the viewers out there watching, and maybe not for the drivers when they get that first
it's going to be interesting for the. Fournier's off the track now.
Playing it back to giving Garcia back the position he took earlier. But it's going to be interesting when we get deeper into this race. We're getting into sort of
we were joking. I believe we were joking on the update show. We need to do an Apex Racing TV reacts to patch notes podcast show or something. But me and Marco were talking. We were just joking. It's like, watch them just secret. They already put it in. They just didn't include it. They just turn it on halfway through 24 Hours of Daytona. It's like, oh yeah, we did this.
Surprise!
Marco and I both had that same dream, by the way, where we're in endurance race and it just started raining.
I mean, that's pretty sad, mate, that you're actually dreaming about it.
Hey, we're just that passionate about iRacing.
Yeah, it's gonna be interesting, and you know, many hot topic and discussions have been had.
That's a late turn in.
Trying to get past Barry in front of him to take that 25th. Fall from Grace there from Grams obviously started this race an excellent start.
Can we get an onboard shot of Cody?
And going up all the way down to 26th place, so not the best today. It's pretty much like Martinu last week. He done an outstanding qualifying, got himself up there and just managed to take himself up, didn't he?
Here he comes. Right up. Down to the inside. Side by side. Cody down to the... Oh yeah, Cody easily got that. And on the back, I think of Ryan Barry's car and said, I like tuna here.
Well, you would expect it to be slightly faster than the bottom half of the field, considering he was up at the top of the start of this race. So should be able to get himself up into a more respectable finishing positions, but probably not the day that he expected as we watch the motor here in 31st.
Yeah, it does.
With Richie Robinson in front of him.
Okay, I don't know why, but it does say, I like the tuna here. I believe that's a movie quote. Oh, we got a big crash!
Who's that?
Tobias Olsen! No! Olsen in second place, big crash. Did he get into the grass and crash into the wall? Because that was a massive hit.
his time to get back to the pits as well, so lost even more time as we
he
just
probably
watch it back.
this is probably just like, I can't believe this happened. So yeah, he got wide, and you see he slided through the corner, got a bit wide, hook, got onto the grass, and bam! And
Heavy hit.
that is a big heavy hit. That's race over, and you know, that's holding your head. It's just like, I was pushing too hard moment right there, and those are the worst.
Yeah, definitely. You know, when you realise when you're going into the corner that, yeah, I'm not saving this and it's going to hurt.
Yeah,
so
it's about as hurtful as losing a 5-minute lead in the Nürburgring Endurance Championship because he fell asleep on the straightaway. Yep, that's how that story ended.
There we go, and on to the next one. So what it has done is promoted a few more of the drivers up there. So just a quick round. Whoa, what's that? 20th position, takes a off-road route and the scenic route here around at Snetterton. But we got Luizzo in first place, Martin in second, Petrocolo in third, Bartola in fourth, Fry in fifth, McCall in sixth, Rattel in seventh, Tells in 8th, Palco in 9th, and Maruk in 10th. So there rounds out your top 10. And the front two are running away with it a little bit at the moment, and a 14-second, nearly 15 seconds back from Luizio to Petrocolo. But there's certainly a hot battle to get on that last step of the podium there for that third place between Petrocolo and Bartola. And Thigh in fifth there. So all to play for still for that last podium position, but these front two. But you know, as we've seen just previously, how easy it is to get wrong around this track, and you've got to have your wits around you. Even if you've got a really big lead, you know, you want to be managing it and traffic managing it and track managing it, because you know, we're getting into the realms now. Certainly on this course, which is really tight and twisty, will play havoc on your tyres. Guys don't come in to change your tyres, so by the end of the race, these tyres will be short.
Yeah, it's longer than the official race too, so like you're gonna be seeing a lot more wear and tear on these cars. And I know some people set up the cars beat. I've used all the tires in the official race. Well, you gotta extend that, so you might need to adjust the camera right there. This is a very spicy situation for Richard Van Veen. Stuck on the inside. Oh, Varani's on his back end right there. Looking around the outside. Richard Van Veen able to make that move. And Policio and Maruk are lost positions. We're 3 wide, almost 4 wide down the center straight right now. Richard Van Veen leading this group. Right behind him is Timo Braun. Right there, as you know, they're getting past this lap traffic. Luca Varani and Daryl Governor. Oh man, that was a spicy meatball right there.
Definitely going in, but managed to sort it out before that.
And there was an incident when we were covering this. Julio, what happened here to Julio? Julio was behind all of this, and he's behind Luca Ferrani. And this was a very nice, you know, he tried to do the switchback opportunity, and oh, there's Noel Richard Robinson. And Julio Policio. It was the other Policio.
It was the other one. It was one of them.
And I was like, we saw this. So, well, that's unfortunate. No, yeah.
He was fighting with that.
No. That was a glitch. That was a glitch. Julio was in the pits, but it was showing Themos thing, because Themo is still out there.
Okay, there we go. iRacing glitch there.
Absolutely.
You
gotta love
pushing it around that first corner. I mean, you can see the new track that the drivers are making onto the dirt section around that first corner. I mean, everybody's taking it wide, but dicing with death by doing that. Certainly in these cars, it can bite really easy. But one thing that is good with this track is you can just see the large runoff areas that they have around the corners, the hashed area, but not quite track, but not quite grass. The drivers are using to their maximum usage around this track. So it's always good to see from the track that pushing the track limits to their utmost, these drivers.
Absolutely, pushing the track to its limits, and a little bit more, but you know, the track evolution, really cool to see at work right here, even if it's throwing dirt everywhere.
Petricolo's managed to pull out a 2.2 second gap over Bartola in 4th place, but Bartola's got 5 just behind him in 5th place, and McCall's not that far behind him. So the battle at the moment seems to be for that 4th position, but as we say, anything can happen around here at Snetterton, and it normally does. So be interesting to see what happens. But Martin, who needs a good result after his terrible round opener at Road America, getting down to the bottom half of the grid, finishing there after a first lap incident, first corner incident. I think it was Martin in Road America, if I'm not wrong. But having a good outing here at Snetterton, currently sat in 2nd place, although 6 seconds off. So in 1st place, but got a big margin, 12 seconds over Petricolo in 3rd. So sort of in no man's land is Martinu at the moment, but we're certainly watching this battle here for 4th between Bartololo and McCall here in Snetterton, lap 18 of round 2 here at Snetterton.
Yeah, lap 18 of 28 here. We got we got 11 laps to go right now. Luizio and Marteau out in the lead, but they're off at different zip codes at this point. Marteau 6 seconds behind Luizio. Luizio really loving this track. And when you come to a track that you don't usually visit, I think I loosely talked about this earlier. You get to see drivers who can adapt to really fast stuff, and you don't really see that in circuit racing because everybody goes there, and everybody knows the track very well. They can freely practice it on iRacing, and they can freely practice it here. But when new content drops and we go to a new track, or just hello Luizio, back end getting a little spicy right there. When you head to a new place, it shows the strengths of some drivers adapting to the best part, and that adaptability is really cool to see. It's like sight reading music for the first time. You don't have the chance to practice it all that much, and it's kind of like rally driving. Driving my instincts. I know in rally driving you have a co-driver telling you what's up, but you still got to adapt to the track and everything, and you got to really feel it out. And you don't really get to see that a lot in sim racing, but it's always cool when you get to see the drivers who are the best adaptability at the top to a new track. And I think we're going to be seeing that again with hashtag iRacing soon. Water falling from the sky, something called rain. I'm not sure what that is. I live in a drought.
I mean, it certainly shows the faster drivers, the ones that go to tracks that you don't normally race at, but still able to put in a strong performance. That's somebody who really knows the setup of the car that he's driving. And obviously one thing we haven't talked about is obviously the setup as well. I mean, it's vitally important to get the correct setup. So if you don't do that pre-round practice to try and hone down your setups, you are going to suffer as we watch here, battle for 13th American countdown, and a little bit of a battle out there for that 13th place. So nice to see a battle further down the field at the moment, but coming into the last 8 laps of this race, and Luizio at the moment streaking away from the rest of the field with Martin, around about 6 seconds behind him, but massive above the rest. And then we've got Patrick Bowling, Bartolo in 5th, and McCall in 6th, which seems to be the hot battle at the moment. But the battle we're watching at the moment is for this 13th between Muruk and Catalani on lap number 20 of 28.
Yeah, lap 20 to 28 as Cargetti goes into the pit lane. Not sure why. Car looked fine, but obviously they were having a little bit of a problem. Cody Graham's back into 20th, and still getting excited right there.
Getting extremely wide in that first corner there. Literally, his whole car was off the track there, kicking up the dust behind them. But Yeah, Graham's obviously terrible start, excellent start to the race, but then terrible luck with an incident that put pay to his suspension.
Bartolo's sitting in 5th place.
Yeah, definitely. So opens it up there and gives Fry the 4th place, puts Bartolo down to 8th. Just so easily done on this track, you know, one little slight movement, and obviously, you know, the tyres will be severely affected into this race now. So, like you say, it's not the official series longer than that. So, catching a few drivers out.
Yeah. He's just pushed wide, and no. He looked like he had the corner, then he got into the throttle. The car just said, nope, we're going here. And yeah, drops down to 8th place after that. And that's a big that's a big mistake right there for Max. And you know, Max and Cody Grams, they were racing, and Max was the one that really sent it in there, following Roberto Fai, his teammate, up there in 4th place. And they made contact earlier. So this day's been up and down for Max.
It certainly has. I mean, still 8th position, not too bad. Only down 1 position to where he started. But I'm just looking down the big shakers and movers. Andy Flint up 28 positions from where he started, currently running around in P18.
Well, he did set a qualifying lap too. Brichetti swinging onto the outside of Ruzevsky, the pink cat on the inside. Brichetti on the outside, and contact! Ruzevsky and Viola making contact with each other. How do they not crash? But, you know, Viola did get Ruzevsky some wing damage. Look at that back wing from Antonio Ruzevsky. It is bent, so they did smack, they did hit each other right there heading into turn 1.
He certainly went into that turn 1 at some massive speed with Viola, so just getting on the slipstream slightly over Ruzevsky, just trying to get there. But watch how he just flicks it to the inside and then comes onto the pink cap right on him. It's like,
oh, hello there.
You know, he proper sent it into that corner and got a little bit caught out by the pink cat in front of him. It's probably
he's made his way past the pink cat. Now he's finally past him. We go back to live images. There's Viola. And off ahead, that's Christopher De Laurel.
Yeah, he was having a fight with McCall for the majority of this race, but obviously that's put pay to that and goes down to 9th place. So, yeah, drivers getting caught out in the tail end of this race here, Austin. And tyres might be a big factor, just trying to push it a little bit too much. Absolutely,
and you know, the iRacing model, you can see on which corners are really stressing these tires, and in every corner I'm seeing a big line of tire wear through these, and you know, there are a lot of medium speed corners, and these medium speed corners are going to be pressuring them. Cargechi's around, and Cargechi's out that front right wheel is off turn 1, takes another victim. And turn 1 is so deceptive. You want to take it so fast, and he's dipping a bit wide. Marteau, new fastest lap of the race. Wow, that was a second faster than Luizio.
And obviously, probably the traffic is playing some sort of part. I don't know if you can get the track map up there, so really just to see where Luizio is.
Dancing dots of doom on our track map as Cody Grams is chasing out Richard Van Veen's got a good run right here. We called upon the Dancing Dots of Doom. Dancing Dots of Doom did not come out.
They didn't want to play.
Yeah, no.
Big tussle there with Veen in front.
Oh, he's got a great run. He's got a great run opportunity. He backed off right there. He could have swung it around the outside to set himself up for an inside lunge right here. But, you know, you can set yourself up for an even better, you know, line through here, get into that draft and challenge it for turn 1 as Ivan Gar's in the pit lane, so they're going to be promoted into 19th and 20th. Cody's not going to look for it. He wanted to turn it a little bit earlier right there. As the Dancing Dots of Doom are now up on our screen, and yeah, Marteau is being caught up right there. Cody Grams looking down to the inside, Richard Van Veen on the outside and into the Wilson hairpin, and Cody Grams into 19th. Beautiful move right there, clean and efficient. Luca Verani, who had a great race in Road America, is a lap down. He's at the back of this little fight right there. And I think Luca just going to be staying right there on board. Watching the Delta Sport driver of Thiago Marteau. Currently behind Martin Devine. And Devine's going to stay on to the outside. Marteau down to the inside. Last lap from Marteau, 1:37.41 to a 1:37.33. So Marteau just a slightly tad bit slower than Marcus Luizio. But Luizio's last lap was a second slower than Marteau's when he had that traffic. So Marteau carving his way through the traffic right now, and it's 5 seconds in between them. Who's kept their tires off? And this is Catalini spun around on the center straight.
I mean, if you saw the traffic map there, obviously Luizio's coming up on a big clump of cars in front of him, so that 5 second could quite easily come down in the next couple of laps. I mean, there's about 7 or 8 cars in front of Luizio now. Martin's got a little bit of free space to try and catch up there, but yeah, certainly coming into the back markers.
Well, that's one way to get space.
Yeah. We've got to just give it extra specially big ring there to Marcus Luizio in first place, but yeah, certainly interesting. You see that big gaggle there coming out of the Hamilton coming down onto the backstretch. It's still so closely packed together out on this track. I mean, you just got to be going around the corner and thinking, another car, really?
Yeah, where did it come from? Oh, this is not what you want to see for Luizio's cars side by side heading into turn 1. Now, one of the cars let him by, but the other one just kept on going through. I believe that's Fabio Viola. He's behind right there. So we got side by side fight. Bartolota is ahead of us. This is Clark Williams and Lorente Christopher de Lurel. Lurel on the outside, Williams on the inside. Alvaro Garcia is right behind him as well. 3-car fight. Look at Lorente de Christopher Lurel trying to swing it onto the outside to get a good cutback, but no, he really didn't have the run to swing around the outside and really send one down to the inside. And Garcia almost being forced off the track right there. Garcia could have sniped 9th place, but he didn't.
He had the speed there, but unfortunately got caught up, so had to sort of back up. And you see on the timing tab there, the position changes. And Flint up to
Clark Williams.
Position. I mean, wow.
Yeah, Andy Flint from the back row of the grid from not setting a lap time up 29. Clark Williams up 14, sitting in 8th place right there. Clark Williams benefited from that start up ahead. And the gap between our leaders is now 4.5 seconds. So Marteau is putting in some ground on Luizio.
Yeah, it'll be an interesting last 3 laps of this race, certainly with the back marker traffic management that both of them guys are going to have to try and navigate around. But it's all about if the drivers in front of them get out the way and don't hinder or impact the times, and obviously where you actually get it, because it's quite nice to get a slipstream certainly down the Bentley Straight. So it's going to come down to it, but the time is coming down. It was over 6 seconds. It's now down to 4.6 seconds. So maybe a little bit of a tall order with only 2 laps to go for Martinu to try and get
we see some crazy things.
We do indeed.
We do. So Luizio and Marteau are going to still be watching after that. As this oh, hello.
Just get out of the way, I think.
Who's that?
Was it? Yeah, back mark, I think.
Oh,
Oh!
yeah, final quarter dipped it into the dirt and went around.
It was a classic 360.
Yeah, classic 360. Kept it on track. Well, kept it out of the wall. It's continuing on, no damage. But oh my gosh, and it's easy as that.
Yeah, just over throttle it a little bit too hard out of that.
Viola's off the track.
Ooh.
Yeah, Fabio's off the track right there. I feel like people have gone off the track so much right there that they're carrying dirt back onto the track. And they're making that part of the track dirtier, and that's after the Hamilton. That's after Hamilton, right?
Yeah, I think so. It's almost clip that corner there. I mean, you can see the size of that corner, the inside edge of that corner, that big sausage curve there. It's not going to be doing too much for the suspension on these cars, which are solid going into there. But Coming into the last couple of laps now of this race. So Lutzo's on lap 27 of 28. So only 2 laps more for Lutzo and Martin. The rest of them just filtering across the start-finish for 2 laps left of this race. And it's been an entertaining one. I mean, obviously we had that hectic start where, you know, it's so easily done on these tight circuits.
Oh, Viola, oh, Viola, oh, Viola, oh, Viola, oh, Viola. Oh.
How did he stop that?
Oh my gosh, how did they not make contact right there? Wonderful spot by Potts to not go for that apex right there. Wonderful brakes by Viola to not make contact right there. He's going to try to get down to the inside. Look, not happening right there. Potts stays ahead of Viola. But oh my gosh, I can't get over that, heading into Hamilton. A little bit wide. And now this is the part where everyone's been going wide and bringing some dirt onto the track right here. As they head onto the Bentley straight, Viola looks like he's getting a better run. Hetty gets in the slipstream. Now we know Viola loves a good send. He can oh, this is not the line where you want to be if you're Potts, because it goes from the inside line to the outside line. Viola's going to swing it around the outside and out to the inside line. Fabio Viola, 26th place.
Great pass there. I mean, how Viola managed to get his car stopped on that corner, because he got his wheels onto the grass. I thought, how are you going to stop? You can hit, and he managed to just get it done.
That was insane. White flag in the air for Marcus Luzio. 4 seconds to Marteau behind, and he's got the pink cat ahead of him. And then it looks like it's a clean track up ahead. So white flag in the air, and it looks like we're going to be never say never, but Marcus Luzio. Got a few fans of the track. There, chat. There goes the pink cat, letting him by. And it's a clean track up ahead. And Luzio, well, let's save Luzio for this entire lap, because we really haven't been showing him off today.
No, I mean, he's just led from the off. You know, got that pole position, got that cracking start. Had a relatively decent lead, 1.3 seconds after probably the first half a lap, and it's just gone on from there, and obviously got it up to 6 seconds. A little bit of traffic maybe management came into effect halfway through, and has just controlled this race really. And like you say, Austin, it's always a sign of a nice easy drive is when we don't really mention the front runner that much, because they're out on their own having a pretty boring race, to be fair, but always nice to win this in a canter like the Itzel has done here today, considering it's a track that is not very often visited, but I'm certainly a fan of this track. It certainly adds the spice as we watch the Itzel coming up here to the start-finish line and winning this round 2 here at Snetterton of the iGP Fun. So great win there for the
I believe that's a grand slam. I believe that is a grand slam. He does have the fastest lap of the race.
He doesn't actually. Martin does.
No?
Oh, no.
Oh, Marteau does.
Yeah,
He does it. He does not a grand slam. Marteau by 100th of a second. Oh, Marteau, you gotta take it. You gotta take that rain. It wasn't even 100. It was 5,000ths of a second.
He smashed it there. He got a 137.2. So.
Well, they both got 137.2s. So it's a 273 for Marteau instead of a 277.
Very close.
That was. Oh, Luizio, almost a perfect race. The perfect in the finishing order, but you know, the fast lap order, it's not there. Marteau was really pushing it though to catch you up there. 4 seconds between them as everyone's coming across the line. This is Zoltan Zomotor and Roberto Maturana in a fight for 23rd right now. Heading into the final corner. Oh, here comes Roberto. Oh, wonderful defensive line by Roberto right there into the final corner. But here comes Zomotor. Zomotor's not going to be there, though, as they go down the center straight. Maturana is going to take 23rd. Zomotor in 24th. And I believe that is all of our drivers out there. And Luizio is taking a victory lap.
certainly had. Great lap from him. Started in pole position, got a great start, and just didn't look back from there. Didn't really have any challenges either during that race. The action was more behind him between third place overall. We did have some action for that second place, but unfortunately we saw a couple of the drivers having self-imposed crashes and often sometimes yeeting. Oh, that's a nice pit lane there. Look.
Yeah.
Yeah. The better mechanics, I love them.
Nice one.
A little bit of a jump to finish.
Yeah. Well, here are your race results. Take it away, Andy.
In first place, Marcus Duitzil led him from start to finish, and obviously P1 on qualifying. Second place, KHR Martinu. Great recovery drive there from his disappointment of the opening round. Pierre Francisco Patricolo in third place. Robert Fye fourth. Josh McCall in fifth. Antonio Telza in sixth place. Max Bartola in seventh. Clark Williams in eighth. Avril Garcia in ninth. Alex Fontian in 10th. In 11th, Alistair Hay. Lucas Maruk, Dorelli, Andres Catalini, Adam Telsma, Robert Ridgway, Themo Braun, Andy Flynn, probably the biggest mover in the field there in P18. Cody Graham's after that disappointing lunge and suspension damage finished it back up into P19. Richard Veen, Hector Boga, Ryan Barry, Roberto Matona, Zolta Mota. I love that name, that's a great name. Andre Barkelli, Fabio Viola, Jacob Potts, Reed Dennis, Martin Devine, Alco Agar, Kieran Richard Robinson, so he wins the Battle of the Brothers in 31st position. Luca Ferrari in 32nd, Darren Glover, Anton Rizowski, Max Giuliano, and Matthew Gracie, Vincent Carcetti, Michael Coffey, Julia Patel, Noel Richard Robinson in 40th place. Tobots Olsen, 41th, terrible position for him. Obviously, our previous race winner in round number 1. So, getting the effects of Martinu in this second race. Edwin Rivera in 42nd. Lino Cherry, Julian Coffey, Rodrigo Duran, and Julio Icho and Matsumini Laurentes, who didn't actually start the race. But interesting race there we had tonight, Austin.
It really was a very interesting race at the start with that massive, I think 12, quick math in the head, 15 car wreck or 15 cars involved in an incident on lap 1. Some big names were involved in there at the back of the field, but you know, that pileup very, very sketchy, some might say. As well, next week, if you like crazy starts, we're probably going to have another one. We're going to Monza next week, and oh man, what can we expect over there?
I mean, it's a great track. It's going to be highly suited for this car, and I'm really looking forward to it. It should be some interesting racing going around the historic track for Monza.
Yeah, as we go to the Temple of Speed next week. Thank you everybody for joining us here for the iGPFun Formula 3 series presented by 3D Rapid. Head over to there to check out some amazing sim racing gear, and thank them for supporting this series. As always, I've been joined by Andy Thompson and Samuli Kimbo in their production booth, and I'm Austin Knight, and I hope y'all have a great night.